Okay, hey guys, it's Nathan Taddeo from Credo here. I'm here today with Emily Wallace, Buyer's Advocate, just to give you a bit of an idea about what a Buyer's Advocate does. People ask us all the time whether they should engage one, what they even do, is it worthwhile? So I figured, why not speak to a Buyer's Advocate, and Emily's one of the best in the business, to just explain it from their side and help you get a better understanding of it. So Emily, thanks for doing this.
No worries at all.
Do you just want to tell people, I guess, a bit about what a Buyer's Advocate does or why it's such a great service?
Certainly. So a Buyer's Advocate in my service is a full service.
Yep.
We take the stress out of buying, the emotion. It's a very emotional time
Absolutely.
to buy a property.
Yeah.
And we save people time. I think these days everybody's outsourcing things. If you think about the people who order UberEats and Deliveroo, you pay to have it outsourced and brought to you. So it is a convenience factor, but we also get access to off-market properties, and that is the sweet spot.
Yeah, we find a lot of people ask us that. They say, are they going to find me the best deal or the best thing? And that's kind of like the same as asking a mortgage broker, are you going to get the best rate?
Yeah.
Well, best is relative,
Yes.
And it's a matter of opinion, but the idea is we're going to understand you, what you want and need, and then go and find the product that suits, in your situation, the property that suits. If you're an investor and you want to focus on high yield or a certain area or a certain purchase price, great, you've obviously got that. And if you're buying to live, obviously there's a variety of things there. The other big thing that obviously comes up with people is they say, okay, well, what's it going to cost, right?
Yes.
So can we explain to people about the cost and why it's not something to also be shy off?
Yeah, certainly. So I guess because the service isn't widely known, there is this misconception or lack of understanding around the cost. Some models are based on a percentage of the purchase price.
Yep.
My model is a fixed fee, so you know what you're up for from the outset. I think that you really need to know, factoring all costs.
Absolutely.
You know, a buyer's advocate, a conveyancer, a building and pest, you need to know everything up front.
Yep.
So I have a fixed fee model, and stock standard in the industry, it's made up of a retainer, so to engage a service from the start, and then a success fee once the property's purchased.
Cool. And so obviously the other thing is people would assume that, I guess, some of the costs could be justified in probably getting a better price than otherwise would. Do you have any examples of times that that's happened?
Certainly. So I recently worked with a client who was downsizing, and the property I found, actually, we got it due to the fact someone else's finance had fallen over, and the agent called me first. The property had already officially sold twice, but finance had fallen over. In terms of the value there, we got the valuation done. We purchased it for $15,000 less than what the value came in at, and the fee for the service there was actually less than that. So she saved her money in that, and it does happen time and time again.
There you go. And obviously, you know, part of that it comes from all the negotiation, but also the availability you have of other properties.
Yes.
And then we take into account probably all the running around you did. I mean, the people weren't spending their Saturdays going out looking at properties, right?
Yes. So for me, Saturdays I just research, just find out who my competition is.
So you go out on Saturdays as well?
I do, but I would have seen the property in the week. So
So that's how it works.
Yeah, I arrange private inspections for me to go and check it out first. Okay. Saturdays are very much sussing out who my competition is, who else is around. Yeah. Very rarely is it Saturday the first time I'm seeing a property.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I guess the process, obviously the person engages you and says, you know, I've spoken to my broker, I'm pre-approved up to this amount, and this is the type of property I'm looking for. I want, so say it's an investment, I want sort of this purchase price, hopefully this around this amount of rental.
Yes.
Do you then go, okay, I'll take that information and bring them the options, and they say, hey, of the 6 you've shown me, I like these 3, go and check them out. Is that kind of...
Yes, so we completely blanket the market with everything that matches their criteria. That typically takes anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks to inspect all those properties that fit it. I bring back everything I've inspected, but suggest a shortlist, and from that shortlist we go back together to inspect those ones. So it really, for example, the lady that we just bought for, the first 2 weeks I inspected 24 properties, bought back a shortlist of 5, we went to 3 together and bought 1. But if your dream property isn't there, we go back to it again and start the sourcing again. That's the process, and that's how it works.
Yeah, great. And so just want to finish up on this. Do you find that a lot of the time people have an idea of what they want in their head, and you change that necessarily? Like, it might be because they, I find a lot of the time people buy the property in the area they know.
Yes.
And that might not necessarily be the smartest thing, because you're used to driving.
Especially if it's an investment. you need to look at numbers.
Yeah.
You're not looking at the fact that you can drive past it and check up on the tenants.
Right, yeah.
That's what we have a property manager for.
Yeah.
So when it comes to investment, that strategy I wouldn't highly recommend. Own your occupier, obviously they've got a fixated
Sure.
area, but there's also great options when you look into different suburbs, and perhaps it's a school zone, or it might be the transport, lots of varying factors.
Yeah.
And we're willing to work with the clients to work out what they really need and what is priority number one.
Cool. So I think that shows there's a lot more to it than just, hey, someone going and searching realestate.com.au on your behalf. It's absolutely not that. Just like a mortgage broker is not just calling up one bank and saying, hey, can you give this guy $500,000? It really doesn't work like that. It really is a proper service. I think that's fantastic. So look, hopefully that's answered any questions any people watching this might have about buyers advocacy. But if you've got any questions, of course, email us. You can also get in touch with Emily. We'll put her details up here. And yeah, let's welcome all that. Cheers.